to use this thing. Whoops. Welcome to a very meaty and delicious episode of The Silly Kitchen. Welcome to anyone who is new, but feel free to hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of this show. I like to give you recipes that are easy, comforting, delicious, and so much fun in the kitchen. Don't be scared to cook at home. I am today showing you how to make a delicious pork tenderloin. Shout out to FarmWay Foods because I am cooking their pork tenderloin today. First thing I'm gonna do is season my tenderloin with a little bit of S&P. And that's it. And I'm gonna put it in the oven. Okay, it's not that simple, not that simple. But there's a two-parter to this because we're gonna make like a really cool pineapple salsa type dressing to put on the pork tenderloin, but two steps. First, you wanna cook your tenderloin almost to the full amount, so 30 minutes at 375 in the oven, and then we're gonna add the salsa topping, whatever you want to call it, and bake it again for another 10 minutes after that. So that's why I'm saying just put it in the pan, S&P, and get her started. And now we're gonna make that topping. And if you're like me and love to do one pan type cooking, I am also actually gonna throw in a couple potatoes in the same pan so that I can have potatoes with my tenderloin. And all I want to do is put them around my tenderloin here. You can cut them, you don't have to, these are baby little potatoes. And then just splash them with a tiny bit of olive oil on the outside. If you hit your tenderloin, that's okay, but you don't need to hit it with any olive oil there. S&P around the potatoes as well. And now you're ready to put it in the oven. Okay, our pork tenderloin is in the oven doing its thing. So this is where, I mean, you pour yourself a glass of wine, but also you prepare your pineapple salsa type topping for this. I like using real pineapple, like, you know, cut off the core, get it all done up. And I happen to have a bunch of it from a pineapple. So I'm just making it into these little chunks. If you are in a pinch and you can't get a real pineapple, yes, you can use the canned stuff. It's just not as flavorful and good and yummy and sugary. So I'm also doing a similar chop on a red pepper. I've already diced up tiny little pieces of red onion as well. And in terms of seasoning and flavoring this, we are gonna need a little bit of pepper, soy sauce, olive oil, and lime. You can use lemon juice as well, whatever, lemon or lime, it both works. And a little bit of red chili flakes to add some heat. Obviously, if you're not into spicy food, eliminate the pepper flakes or use something like a jalapeno, which is milder. That's the one thing I love about cooking is you can change it and make it your own based on what your palate likes. This is what my palate likes, and if you would like to try it and let me know what you think, that's awesome. But if you want to change it, tell me what you did differently. I want to know that too. All we're gonna do is put all these beautiful ingredients in a bowl and mix it all up. It's not gonna take you a half an hour to chop and do this, but it is gonna take a half an hour for that pork tenderloin to kind of cook almost all the way through. And because, guys, I don't really measure, I'm using half a lime. I'm gonna eyeball my soy sauce by going whoop, whoop. That looks, 2 whoops. Is that a measurement? Whoop, whoop. I'm gonna go with 2 whoops and drizzle, drizzle, drizzle of olive oil. Half a lime, I can tell you half a lime is gonna be enough for you. And I figured out how to use this thing. Whoops. I figured out how to use this thing. Okay, you put the lime or the lemon lemon in with the skin side up. Even though it looks like you're supposed to put it in like this, it doesn't work so good. So put it the other way and then squeeze. Okay, squeeze it maybe a little more gracefully so it doesn't go all over everywhere, but actually goes in your bowl. Okay, I'm still figuring out the squeezy, lemony, limey thingy-mabobbery. Okay, I got most of it in there, I hope. Okay. Pepper, hit it with some of that. And red pepper flakes are pretty spicy, so just a little, I like spicy. So just 2 little finger tippy pokey thingies in there. Give it a little stir, and when our pork tenderloin comes out of the oven, we're gonna hit it with this beautiful pineapple topping. It has been 1/2 hour. That's the proper way to say it, I think. It's been 30 minutes or so. I have taken this beautiful tenderloin with my little roasted potatoes out of the oven. I'm keeping the oven on because all I'm doing is putting this beautiful pineapple concoction on top now and putting it back in the oven, same temperature for 10-12 more minutes, okay? Here we go. All right, so I've topped it off. I've tried to keep it mostly on top of the tenderloin, but you know that's not actually gonna happen. It's not a flat surface, so it's fine if some of it falls over. Leave yourself a couple tablespoons of that topping, because once this is cooked and all those juices really soak into this dish, this is still a great extra garnish for when you slice it and serve it on the plate. Back in the oven it goes, and then we're gonna get to eat soon. Our pineapple pork tenderloin and those little roasted potatoes I threw in there are ready to go. We just need to serve and slice. Okay, I'm gonna use a spatula to scoop it out because I think that would be the safest way to do it. Try not to lose all the toppings. Oh. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. Today, I'm on a day that works out. Don't lose any of that goodness there. And let's slice into this. Here we go, let's cut it right in the middle to make sure that everything cooked properly. And it did, and it's beautiful, and it's still juicy. And as you see, as I'm cutting it, I'm losing some of that topping on the board, which is fine. But for presentation, this is why I suggested to keep a little bit more of that topping so that we can add it to the top as we serve it. I also really like garnishing with color and greens, and green onions are perfect addition to this. So just before serving, add some of that color to your board. Pork tenderloin is ready, potatoes are ready, everything is good to go. I need a bite of this, don't I? Yeah, I do. Okay, I need a real bite in a minute, but what I did want to say is, if you have any questions or are interested in learning more about FarmWay Foods, please check out my links in the description. I will link them there. And please go to your kitchen, make a really cool pineapple salsa topping thingy-mabobber for your pork tenderloin the next time you're having dinner. Thank you so much for watching The Silly Kitchen. I love having you here. I appreciate your support, and I will see you again soon.